Is your teenage daughter pulling away from you? You spend a lot of time with your girl, but often feel out of touch with what's going on in her life. You love watching her grow more in her independence, but sometimes that independence means she doesn't need you or want you in the same room. You want to create and sustain a close relationship with your daughter, but it seems more difficult the more days that pass. Mama, I feel you. Today I encourage you with 3 things you can do when you feel your girl is pulling away from you. Are you looking for a supportive mom community? The common thing I ask moms I work with most is that they value community with other moms who get it, who are in the weeds, who are raising teen and tween girls just the same as you. We need each other. We need each other to laugh. We need each other to vent. We need each other to encourage and support one another. Mama, and if that's you and you haven't joined my free mom community, I want you to be a part of it. You can join us by going to www.linktree.com/Jeannie Baldemero. That's linktr.ee/Jeannie Baldemero. Hey Mama, welcome to Raising Her Confidently. Do you want to have open communication with your teen daughter? Do you find yourself constantly thinking about how to talk to your teen or why your girl is not opening up to you? Do you wake up with confident intentions only to feel confused and frustrated when all you get are one-word answers from your daughter again? Hey, I'm Jeannie. I too was a mom raising young teens. I too felt grieved by the loss of my sweet, talkative little girl. I wanted her to come to me about anything, even if she was scared, and listen to my advice. But I kept thinking, she won't listen to me, and I don't know how to approach her until I found tools to create open communication. In this podcast, you will find how to connect and talk to your teen and create a safe space for her to go to so that you will have that close relationship you dreamed of. Go grab your glass of Merlot and throw off those fuzzy slippers, and let's dig in together. My daughter is now 17 years old. And it was at age 11, I believe, where I started to notice her pulling away. She wasn't cuddling with me as she used to, nor was she connected at my hip as she is usually found. It did make me sad. It made me yearn the little girl who enjoyed being with her mama. But fast forward to today. She is 1,300 miles away from me, and our relationship is incredible. It's just different. So I hope this encourages you, Mama, because I want you to know that I get it. I get that. I remember what it felt like when your girl didn't act the same way as she normally does. When you got excited about something and you expected her to be excited just the same way as she has in the past, and she just didn't, right? Maybe she doesn't engage in conversations as much as she used to, or freely sing that song you love singing together in the car. Instead, she has her earbuds in and doesn't want to listen to you sing. It feels a little lonely and very, very sad. So I get it, Mama. You feel less connected with her. You were her world, and now it seems like she doesn't want you to be in it. It hurts to feel that slow rejection. You project just by what's happening now, what it might look like in the future. Believe me, I've done it too. And it scares me half to death. But I could tell you, Mama, being on the other end with my almost adult daughter, that things can change. Things can change. It doesn't seem the way it is now. And I'm going to give you 3 tips to encourage you, Mama, even through this season that is unpredictable, highly emotional, and just a roller coaster ride of ups and downs. Are you ready? Number 1 tip. It's okay to mourn the loss of your little girl. It's okay. Just don't mourn her to come back. Don't mourn her to come back. I want you to give yourself some time to miss the little girl she was, to say goodbye to that little girl. I know it's heartbreaking to even hear me say it because it hurts for it to even come out of my mouth, really. But the glorious thing is that you have videos, and photos to remember this little girl. If you like to write in a journal, reflect the happy memories that you've had of her in that season, what you love about her. And I want you to write a letter to that younger girl. Maybe it's, I miss this about you. I miss the loud singing in the car that we used to do. I miss the Saturday morning cuddles when you would walk into my bedroom and snuggle with me, besides me in my bed. Hey, if your daughter still does it, embrace it. Embrace it. But if your daughter does not, it's okay. It's okay to mourn that. And write that letter to her. You don't need to share this with your girl because I don't want you to guilt your daughter for no longer being that girl that she was, because that's quietly unfair, right? It's unfair to keep her there. But it's for you, mama. It's for you to be able to heal from this loss and be ready to move on, right? To be ready to move on. And this is tip number 2, to look forward to this new season in developing a friendship. To look forward to this new season in developing a friendship. I emphasize developing because I don't want you to think that you're automatically friends. She still needs her mama. It's just that she's no longer that little girl that gets to be told what to do, right? So basically, release a little authority, start releasing that authority over her, and develop a relationship of friendship. This does not happen overnight. Actually, it happens during the season of teenhood. She's maturing. She wants her independence and control. She's being exposed to a bigger world out there because now she's developing the knowledge and noticing, right? Cognitively noticing other things besides her family unit. She's starting to widen her interests, and influence is starting to impact her. So it's no surprise, mama, that you are no longer her world, her only world, but a part of it, because she's making room for other things, and that's normal because she's becoming her own person. I want you to journal what you're excited about in this season. What are you excited about? Knowing that you have a girl that is becoming a woman, quite honestly. She's in the season of learning what it's like to become a woman, a young woman. And acknowledge that. Acknowledge what she's capable of now and what she no longer is. She may not be that cuddler like she once was, but she definitely is a hugger. Right? She might love hugs still, or having you close by her. What is she capable of now? How does she receive love? Right? In the Talk to Your Teen Girl, one of the things is, hey, find out what the love language is. And that's her new love language. Find ways to relate to her in that way. I talk about the stages of parenting in my course, and you, mama, are a coach in this season. But you have to resist, like I said earlier, jumping into friendship, because you're still guiding her and releasing the authority and developing your friendship. This is a stage of a development. You're not her bestie, not quite yet. Our goal is to be and have a vibrant, rich friendship when she's an adult. But not right now, mama, not right now. You may have lost a little girl, but you're gaining a friend. And this is the season that you're jumping into where you're going to experience the push and pull of your relationship. And that is okay. But you know on the horizon comes a rich friendship. So look forward to the friendship you're developing. And number 3, it's about quality over quantity. She spent lots of times with you by her side, like my daughter. Like I said, she was always around me. A lot of my friends would say, wow, she's really connected to your hip. She truly was. As a young girl, she was always where I was. And being a stay-at-home mom, that developed that relationship. But she spent lots of time with me and couldn't get enough of it. But it's different now. She's sharing her time with friendships, developing friendships with her friends, with her activities. Maybe she is involved in her church and is spending a lot of time there because she's developing into her own person. She's creating her other relationships. And that means she has to give up some time that she usually has had with you. So think of your time as quality over quantity. Be okay with sharing her time. Be okay with that. When you have the time with her, what are you doing with it? When you have the time with her, what are you doing with it? Are you busy telling her just what to do and what she needs to do, how responsible she needs to be? Are you nagging her with what the things that she needs to get done? Right? Be cognitive or cognizant or conscious, whatever the word is, starts with a C, of your time with her. How are you making it quality? Do you spend some of that time building that relationship? Yes, you need to be mama. Yes, you need to guide her. How are you using the time that she's giving you? How we treat her matters. And how she treats you matters too. Be okay with less time, but that time you do have is rich with relationship. Rich with creating safe spaces, right? My students learn in one of our steps about creating a safe space. What exactly does that look like? How exactly do you do that? That is one of the things that I talk about here is the quality. What is your quality time with her, right? No longer do we mourn the amount of time we have with her, but what we do with the time we do have with her. I hope, Mama, these 3 tips encourage you when you're starting to feel a little sad, feel a little hurt that she's pulling away. But she's pulling away in a good way. And how can we utilize this new season that she's in to develop that friendship, to have rich relationships with the time we do have with her? Mama, what is it for you? Do you need to take time to mourn the little girl, the loss of the little girl that you once had? Do you need to journal or write that letter to that younger girl? Or maybe it's looking forward to developing this friendship in the season you are in with her now. And what is that going to look like for you? Right? How do we create those safe spaces? Maybe it's enrolling in the Talk to Your Teen Girl course where I do teach you how to do that. Or maybe it's looking at your time. Instead of looking at it as a lack of, looking at it in an abundant mindset of the time you do have. What can I do with that? How can I make it matter? How can I make it rich? And how can I use this time to coach her in this season? Whatever it is, Mama, do one of the 3. And I want to encourage you today, that it is okay. Every mom goes through this mourning period, this period of wanting to stay connected. It just needs to look different. It needs to look different. Your relationship will be different. But at the end of it all, through this teen stage, friendship is on the horizon. Friendship of wisdom, of connection, of friendship, really, with your daughter. So I hope this finds you encouraged through the hard and that you find hope in this season, Mama, that it will be okay. Disconnection happens, but there is a different way to connect with your daughter. Mama, if you find that this episode has been very helpful and encouraging you, I invite you to come join us with other moms who are in this season. Head on over to Linktree/Jeannie Baldemero and join our free group. I invite you to join us if you're not a part of it yet. And if this episode has blessed you and helped you, I want you right now to copy the link, share it by text, or even screenshot it and share it to another mama who you feel needs to listen to this episode. I want to be able to help mamas know that they are not alone. They will be encouraged through this season. Hey friend, if this podcast inspired you or encouraged you or helped you in any way, I'd love for you to share it. You can screenshot this episode and share it in your stories on social media or text it to a friend who can use the support. It's the best way you can thank me. I want to let other mamas know they are not alone. I'd love to stay connected with you. You can find me on Instagram at Jeannie Baldemero or join my free mom support community at linktree/Jeannie Baldemero. Until next time, live full of grace, Jeannie.